Ni hao. Whoa, I ni. All right, on your marks, get set, go. We're on multitaskers, my top picks. Epsom salts, bathing, injury, plant fertilizer, constipation relief. Pink Sherpa salt, great for minerals. The only thing we'll use to cook and bathe and do our cleansing baths. Old San Francisco Salt Bath Company sells in bulk, food grade, best prices I found. Curing food, eating, bathing, injury, toothpaste, making brine. For those of you who don't know what a brine is, it's a 50-50 salt, sugar, water solution for meats. Bird seed, attracting birds and squirrels if you get desperate or you just like to eat squirrel meat, that will grow for the chickens, and they also like to just eat wild bird seed. And push comes to shove, it's seed, and you'd be able to eat it as well. Baking soda, obviously. Baking, and what we all know, refrigerator, it's a deodorizer. You could add it to your laundry. It is a really good scrubbing agent, like a Clorox type, not Clorox, Comet type thing. And with vinegar, plain white vinegar kills 99% of the bacteria. So it's good for cleaning. Toothpaste, and put out grease fires. The vinegar with Mother. For those of you who aren't familiar with the health food type stuff, Mother is the protein strands. Once you have Mother, you can turn apple cider or grape juice, whatever has a sugar content, into vinegar. And you could also learn how to make your own vinegar. It takes the bacteria off of flies' feet from Eat the Weeds here on YouTube. Good to know how to make from scratch because it's a great multitasker for cleaning computer screens, mirrors and metal, sanitation for like chicken if you're going to be dealing with any type of meat product. It kills the bacteria. And I also add it to my homemade dishwashing liquid, and I also add it to laundry for bath towels or anything that I really want to have very sanitary. Next on the list, oven racks. Obviously, they're used in your oven for cooking, but you could pull them out and use them to make a fire. They could be used for dehydrating. They could also be used as cooling racks, so you don't have to have separate racks, especially in a camping or bug out situation. They would, even if it comes to, where we're really scavenging and there's not a lot of new products being made, where you could go to the dump and even use them as a very small, durable trellis. Which brings me to old hot water heaters. Now I had looked into water storage, and some of those containers were out of my price range. And back in the day, they used to have tanks up on like a high tripod, and the gravity would be, the pressure to propel the water through the lines, but it could be up there and painted black and give you hot water as well. And you could cut it, if you're lucky enough to have a plasma cutter, blowtorch, and there's even some, a hacksaw should probably get through that relatively easily. Cut it in half, and you could have troughs or even raised beds with that. Urine, save it, let it mellow out, add it to your compost, along with the ashes and charcoal from your fireplace, wood-burning stove, or, your campfire. Beans can handle this in small quantities tilled into the soil, but I recommend that you just add it to your compost, and like chicken manure and everything else, let it mellow for quite a few months, a year. Strainers, one of my very personal favorites. They're used as flour sifters or rinsing your vegetables and fruits. They're used as seed sifters. You could store anything that needs some ventilation around it, potato, garlic, onions, and have those. And if you're running out of space, you could even put dry pods in them to let them dry out, like the okra and beans and that kind of stuff. And while we're on sifters, it's very small, but I like to have this in my seed collection. It's really good to sift tobacco seeds, and it separates them so you could actually get a better count on them. And this is a tea infusion ball. You put your dry herbs in this, and you know, it's just like a tea bag, but it's reusable. And this is also, it's so small, this is what I used to sift my salt when I grind it up for making my own toothpaste, so it's really fine. And obviously at this point most of us know about the all the purposes for plastic bags. You know, use them as a poncho and to schlep your stuff around. I like to save my shopping bags, and I have a hook by the back door, right outside the back door, and that's where my compost goes initially, just to get it out of the kitchen space and then out to the worm bin or compost pile. And they're also going to become very, very useful in a water conservation and not flushing the toilet, you know, to do your number 2 business in there. I like safety pins. I usually have them attached to my clothes, and I picked that up a long time ago with rescuing girls from broken bra straps. But I found that they came in handy quite a bit. You know, you get a tear walking through the woods, you get snagged on something, and then your clothes are flapping around. Boom. You could use them instead of sewing on the hem of your pants to get you to where you need to go, instead of having your pant leg drag around. And then I imagine, you know, there's many other purposes, like you could fashion it, if you really needed to, into a fishing hook. Just a thought. So, let's see. Old pantyhose. Old pantyhose are very, very durable, but women, you know, they got used to tossing them out. And I like them to do, I was using them for a craft, like pillow stuffers and making that type of thing. And they could also be used to put potatoes and onions and garlic if you wanted to hang them in a dark closet to keep them separated from one another in airflow. And also, back in the day, you know, I don't know if any of you remember the Joe Namath, you know, pantyhose thing. They do help retain heat, and they don't restrict body movement. Plastic jugs, deep root watering, could also use them as pots. Ivory soap, gotta have lots of it. Could be used to get out the blood stains. You could make your own body wash, shampoo, laundry soap, dishwashing liquid if need be. And it also tells you where a leak is. A mild soapy solution tells you where your leaks are on an inflatable of any kind. It doesn't matter if it's an inflatable mattress or a tire, the inner tube of a tire. My grandfather also used to use it when he was doing the tires for cars. And it's also used for lubricating screws. You know, sometimes those screws, they're not going in so well. So you just back it out and rub it on the soap, and boom, they go right in. This is an old school project. The kids love it. Eggshells with cartons. They could be used, the half eggshells could be used as little sprouting pots, and they're great for the soil. And I've also used them for mosaic art projects, which will be really good because you're going to have, you know, maybe some little kids around that need something to do, and you can't just, you know, have, you're not going to maybe not be able to run to a supply store. and you let them dry thoroughly and just simply make some paste glue or Elmer's glue. And you could crush that eggshell, and I've even painted them and done masks and all type of mosaic artwork with them. I love saving these. These are what sheets come in, and they've got a nice thick plastic and a zipper on them. And you could use those to have a to-go, ready to go in your bug out bag, a small thing of ready mixed fertilizer with a seed collection. Or you could have individual packs made up of toiletries for family members. That way there's no mix up in the medications if need be, or the toothbrushes. And you could use them to organize your fishing tackle, just anything. That's your camping gear, and make a sewing kit with it, and keep that with your other stuff, and or a small kit for the car. And I think I have just about, I think I've nailed it. So I'm going to be back with pirate gardening, and also what I learned about having chickens, what they really like and what they won't bother at all. And oh, here's the unsulfured blackstrap molasses. Good for cooking, good for dietary health, and good for your compost tea. So, I thought I had more. I thought I had a couple things left back there in my head, but I am having a brain fart. Imagine that. Anyway, lots more very quick informational videos. So, that's it for right now. My last question, statement, words. Ni ai wo ma? I decided to learn Chinese. I'll talk to you later.